So hopefully you guys can see that slight white residue stain that's kind of there. I'm panning through it right now and you can barely see it because it's white, so it's a little harder to see anyhow. But that's just some residue that I was cleaning out the pads and it just ran down the vehicle, so hopefully you guys are catching that right there. So I've been getting a lot of emails about how to remove water spots or what to do with water spots, and just seeing that stain there on my vehicle just made me think about that. So I wanted to shoot a quick video on the process I go through on removing water spots. Now I'm not actually going to show you how to exactly in this one because this is actually not water spots. It just reminds me of water spots. And I'll be doing separate videos on those later. But typically, when it comes to water spots, right, and this is mostly from people that like are dealing with customers, but this is very as applicable as to your personal vehicle as it is if you're doing this as a business. So number one, when someone asks you how to remove water spots, like in a business perspective, is when a potential customer asks you, "Can you remove the water spots?" Regardless, or just about any question, you don't have to give them a definitive answer right there on the spot, right? Like just because you're the professional or the expert or the person they're coming to for answers, it doesn't mean you need to have the answer right then and there. So when someone comes to me, like a potential customer calls me up, and one of the questions is, "Hey, look, I have water spots. Can you remove them? How do you remove them?" Number one, I say, you know what? Yeah, we remove water spots all the time. It just depends on the condition that it's in. We have various methods to remove those water spots, and that's the key part. Where like a lot of times you're not gonna know what you can do or how you're gonna do it until you actually get there, right? We're always gonna start from the least aggressive method and move to the more aggressive methods, but you don't need to have an absolute answer right there on the spot when they ask you a question. It always comes down to, I need to see it and I need to test it. You shouldn't just say, you know what, I can remove it 100% all the way with XYZ product or method, or don't let the customer or the person you're talking to dictate like how you're gonna do it or the condition that it's in. It all comes down to, look, I've done it before in the past. I've had great success, but it just depends on the condition, where that stain is at, or where those water spots have formed, how you got those water spots, and just I have to try different methods because rainwater might be kind of different than, let's say, like if you're in a parking garage and there's a leak and that water is like 10 times worse with calcium and minerals inside the water as opposed to like rainwater, for instance, or whatever. So it is dependent on the condition itself. Now, the methods I use to remove water spots, it's gonna vary. So first, starting off with the most basic of basic stuff, it's gonna be like a simple car wash with like a rinseless wash or a traditional soap or just something like this, like Optimum No Rinse, which is just a rinseless wash product diluted as a clay lubricant. Maybe that'll knock it off. You just spray it onto the panel, wipe it down, inspect, did it come off, yes or no? Then you can move up to, let's say, after you do the wash, how about you just use an all-purpose cleaner, spray on it. It's a bit more, it's a more of a aggressive cleaner. Spray it, wipe it down, did it remove? Did it come off, yes or no? I specifically don't have any water stain removal products, but there are those products out there. So perhaps you can try those. After that, it's like, okay, maybe it just needs a light polish. Maybe it needs both a compound and a polish. So there's plenty of different steps you have to take in order to remove those water spots, water stains. But there's no like direct answer. It's all of these methods, starting from the least aggressive to the most aggressive, on what it takes. Sometimes sometimes you're gonna wash the vehicle. And another question I get is like, hey, look, and this is usually for like the beginners where they're servicing like probably one of their few first customers. They wash the vehicle, and then they notice there's water spots, and then they're kind of scared that they put them in there. So now they feel like they should either discount the service or give it to them for free, or like whatever the case may be, because they think they instilled the water spots. So usually when that happens, like it's very rare that, well, at least in my experience from what I've done, is that it's hard for you to instill the water spots right then and there. Like if you're just washing it panel by panel, you're not gonna instill the water spots. Like they've probably been there for a long time, and if that's the case, it's gonna probably require more work to remove them. And it's just one of those things where like the work that it requires is the work that is required to get the job done. It's like saying, for like in this car, like to remove the engine, to remove the spark plugs, to change them, right? Super easy to do. Takes no less than 10 minutes. Let's say like on some Audi or something, it's like 10 times more complicated because you have to remove so many other panels and parts to access what on one car super easy is 10 times more difficult on another vehicle. So same thing with the paint workers. Like, look, it looks like a simple fix. You think it's a simple fix. You rubbed your hand across something and it came off. But realistically, it's like it takes a lot more work to get them off all properly than what you think is supposed to be done. So that was just a quick video. I get this question. I've been seriously getting this question a lot via emails. So I just want to make this quick video. Hopefully it helped you out. I'll be making more actual like specific videos on how to remove such and such with the machine, with whatever in the future. But this will just hold off for now. Let me know if you have any comments, questions in the comment section down below, and I'll see you on the next one.